Oh, it looks like we are live. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
You probably can't. Can you see that? Go
Yes.
ahead and start sharing it to your page. What's up, everybody? I always like to give people time to get into the broadcast because I know you guys are sharing it on your streams. So, welcome to Cullen's Corner Hot Topics 2020. How
Right.
about that? What is up? We're not. I just want to give people give people an opportunity to get in. So we're just gonna hang out here for a little while and um, chop it up. Cullen, I like your shirt.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Are you allowed to wear that to work
Yeah, I can wear this to work on Fridays if I
on
wanted
Friday?
to.
Oh, we had a whole thing at work about that. So,
Oh, really?
some people were. So, do I need to move my computer down just a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Again, golly, is that better right there? Is that
Did you
good?
move
Huh?
it? There you go.
Is that
We just
that's
want
better?
we just want to see your pretty hair. That's all.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you for the cute hair. All right. It's so good to see everybody. This is
Yeah,
Yes.
awesome.
this is amazing. You always
Yeah.
Oh,
you always find the new stuff. I don't know
hmm
how, but you always find it.
I know. This is crazy.
I try.
Yeah.
I'm constantly looking for stuff. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Colors Corner. I see you guys are starting to pop in. Welcome to the broadcast. What's up? It's your girl Paulette. Go ahead, everybody, introduce yourself. We're going to give people a few more minutes. Go ahead and like, comment, and share. At any time, we'll be able to see your comments and share them. And we're going to talk about how you can become a part of the video broadcast as well. So, once again, welcome to Cullen's Corner, the Brownstone 2020, y'all. What's
2020.
up?
Hurry up, 2021.
Hey, what's up, Miss Ward? How you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Lakeem. Okay, girl, that's my girl. Y'all don't even know. We're so happy that you all could join us today. Hey, Kendrick. So we have a lot to talk about tonight. But I wanted to make sure that we got enough people in here so we could get this party started. We can definitely see your chats. We can see what you're talking about. And if you all would be so kind, what's up, Riverside in the building? Oh, I'm sorry, Carlo. So, backstory for anybody that doesn't know, welcome to Cullen's Corner Hot Topics. Back in the day, remember when we used to do Cullen's Corner Hot Topics on Blog Talk Radio,
Yes.
where you couldn't see us
That's
and
right.
everything was all
Yeah.
grainy? Remember? But now you can see us, and that's real cool. So, welcome once again to everyone for joining us for our stay focused. Yes, honey, I'm gonna stay focused. And thank you for calling me a young lady. I appreciate that. So welcome once again. I'm gonna say it again. Cullen's Corner Hot Topic. So backstory, because we have like this whole thing. We have a clock that we're gonna be following. So the first topic is, again, we're going to be talking about Cullen's Corner. So backstory. Gonna start there. Cullen, how long have you and I known each other?
Wow. Oh, it's been some time since at least 1988. At least.
No, before then.
Was it before then?
Yeah, I met you in 1983.
That's right. Oh my God, you're right. Because that
Yes,
was when we were freshmen.
we were freshmen in high school. Yeah, and y'all, for those of you all who don't know, Cullen and I, believe it or not, actually used to do the morning announcements
Yeah.
in high school together. So we've come a long way from doing Riverside University High School morning
Riverside.
announcements. Yes,
Okay.
Riverside, yes, class of what?
88.
88 in the building. Sorry, Carlo.
Y'all old.
So,
I'm just I can say class of '96 Beard High School. Shout out.
Bearden,
But
shout
y'all
out,
old.
yes.
Yeah.
What? Oh, okay. I got you. All right. So that's how long we've been doing the over the air thing. Yeah, so we young. Yeah. So that's how long Cullen and I have been doing the over the air thing with the mic. And remember this doom doom doom.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good morning, Riverside Tigers. So now it's what's up. Welcome once again to Cullen's Corner Hot Topics. We again are asking you guys to like, comment, and share this particular broadcast. We've got a lot to talk about. And I wanted to pass the mic over to Cullen, but before I do that, I want you all to know that we've been talking behind the scenes, all of us, myself, DeCarlo, Joe Brazil from The Joe Show, and Lamont Belton, Mr. Belton of Belton Ideas, and others about bringing the Corner family back together, as we call it, I guess the calling of Voltron. We always had this inside joke. So yes, 88 baby. So what this topic right now is about is really why we're here tonight, and it's because I think, Cullen, you've been watching, we've been talking behind the scenes, and you finally said, you know what, it's time.
Yeah.
We need to do a show. We need to have a platform for folks to talk, for folks to have a way to communicate exactly how they're feeling. Because I honestly have not, even regular radio and podcasts and things of that nature, I haven't really heard or seen anyone else provide a platform for people to talk. And I think it's important for those of us who are traumatized by what we're seeing, for those of us who have to get up and go to work every day and put on our professional faces and pretend as if the world is continuing to roll on, that everything is okay. And I know everyone that's listening to the side, hey, what's up, Joe Brazil? There he is. So I think it's important for us to acknowledge the fact that you asked us to come together. So it's time. So this is the very first Cullen's Corner after how many years?
A lot. Too many.
Too many years.
Yeah.
Too many years. Yeah.
6.
So how long?
6.
Oh my
Been that
God.
long.
Has it been 6?
It's been
Oh
6.
my God.
Let me change that. 5. I'll give you the reason why. The last show we did was the Man Cave.
With
Right.
Lamont Belton.
Yeah.
Oh my, you are absolutely correct.
And also with Clay.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. Y'all, I'm about to get emotional. So we said we were going to give a shout out. The Corner family is pretty big. Okay. We've got several members. So we have myself, Cullen, we have DeCarlo Collins, we have Joe Brazil, we have Stephanie Mischief Thrower, we have D Page, we got Winnie, we have Nikki Thomas, and we have Clay Johnson. And Clay Johnson was a part of, Mr. Funky himself was a part of the original Cullen's Corner family. And we lost Mr. Johnson last year in, actually was it September 2019.
Right.
So I'm sure he's somewhere smiling going, yeah, Cullen. You know. Yeah, so let's keep it funky tonight for Mr. Funky himself. So
right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pass it on to Cullen. And guys, before we do that, one other thing I want to let you all know is that we are going to be covering a couple of topics. First, what's been happening with the Corner family, and just so that you guys know where we are, what's going on. And I'm going to pass the mic to Cullen now. But thank you so much for joining. Oh, and can I do this one last thing, y'all? And then I promise I'm going to shut up. I promise. So, y'all, we broadcasting all over the daggone place. So right now, we are on my personal page, Yvette Berry. We are on the Brownstone Center. We're on the Carlo Collins page. We're on Cullen Carey's page. We are also on Periscope. We're on Twitter right now. And we are also on YouTube Live right now. So you can catch us pretty much anywhere. And when this is over, it's going directly to IGTV. So you can like, comment, and share there as well. Okay, Cullen, your go. What's been going on in your life? What's happening?
You know, lots been going on, you know, with work and just trying to raise a 17-year-old black male in this society. You know, it's one of these things that, you know, the reason why we want to be another voice out there is because of what's going on with Black Lives Matter, and just explain to everyone, the people that get so frustrated and mad when people say Black Lives Matter. You know, it's not about that your life doesn't matter, you know, and a lot of times it's, you know, it's exhausting to be a Black person in America, because it's exhausting because we code switch so much. It's so many, we have to wear so many hats and wear so many faces. And then when we try to explain to you, this is really affecting me personally, people take offense to it. So we still have to explain and take time and explain to people why we're frustrated, instead of people just saying, we understand, how can we help you? And so this is why Kaepernick kneeled. This is why they're doing everything around the nation, around the world, because of what we're going through. So what you got to say to Carlo?
That's pretty much the same thing. What today was, and when Paulette reached out and said, hey, it's back, we need to get together, you know, the first thing that comes to mind is the conversation. Are we really having the conversation? And I don't think we're really truly having. If you look at where we are today, career-wise, with our family around us, anything like that, we're not having that conversation. But let me change that phrase. We're having it, but we're not having a strong conversation.
Yeah.
And it's time to have a really strong conversation with each and every soul. I don't care if you're Black or white. We need to have this conversation. We need to talk about what's honest, and not be afraid to say what we feel. The problem with our society right now is we're too scared to speak our true minds.
Right.
We're so busy trying to sugarcoat or be politically correct. We're not really saying what we really feel. So I think today is the perfect day to do it. And, you know, shirt says it all, Cullen. Black Lives Matter. And, you know, it's time to stop just saying that, you know, letting other people dictate how we say Black Lives Matter. Why does it matter? Well, we're seeing it right now with some guy that we don't know. We don't know him to save our life. He's from y'all neck of the woods. And he gets shot 7 times in the back of his back with 3 kids in the back. And all he had in his possession was a knife. Now his life has changed forever, because now he's paralyzed in a bed right now with handcuffs on. Everything changed in an instant. So now it's time to have that conversation. It's time to be real with ourselves.
Yep.
And it's one of those things where it continues to happen. This is why, you know, we're so frustrated and upset, is because it's not like it's an isolated incident. You know, it happens. It's continuing to happen. Like, you know, when this guy got shot, another guy got killed, you know, with to his back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't even keep up with it. No. So one of the things that, you know, we just want people to understand, it's not personal. It's personal to us, but you shouldn't take it personal. Just know that if either you can't relate, but you can just give support to what we're going through.
Right.
You know, a lot of times you can't, until you walk into that person's shoes, you really don't understand what that person's going through, because of the privilege that you had to not have to worry about being followed by a cop when you're driving to work, you know, and or if your son is driving because he's driving with some of his white friends and they beat him up and pull him out the car and beat him up. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about any of that. You know, it's just little things like that. It may be little, but it's really not, because it's some of the things that we have to worry about every day. You know, I think about my son all the time. When he's here, I constantly, it's not just a talk, because, you know, people will say, have you talked to your son? Have you talked to your son? It's not a talk, it's a dialogue.
Right.
We're constantly talking. My father talks to me.
Wow.
I'll be 50 in October. My father talks to me still. It's a generational thing. We have to remind each other, be careful. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what they say or do to you. This is what I'll tell my son. I don't care what they say or do to you, what you want, how mad you are at the police. They stop you, do what you do. Just put your head down, because I want to see you I want to see you come home.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want you giving them any excuse to end your life, because once it's done, once you're gone, you're gone. And they're gonna do just like what they're doing with Jacob Blake. Luckily, he didn't die.
Yeah.
But you haven't heard anything. And now all these people coming, well, he should have listened to the cop. Why did he try to get in his car? It doesn't matter. None of that matters, because the police are not the judge, jury, executioner. We have a democracy in this country. We have a judicial system that if you did something wrong, then that's how it's taken care of. And it does not matter what a person's done, but a person can, like the 17-year-old, would walk down the street with a long rifle, gun down 3 people, and still walk past the police, and still was able to go back home.
And not only that, they told him thank you,
yes,
and asked him, did he want some water?
All on video.
And really, what's up with that? What's up with that?
It is all on video.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
So just like,
so
I'm just saying, I was gonna say this one thing, and then I'll push over to you guys. But just the fact that it's more than the one topic. It's more than Black Lives Matter. It's more than a movement. It's more than something that we've been dealing with for 400 years. And I know people get tired of, well, why y'all can't get over it? But it's easy for you to say that, because you don't, like I said before, you don't live it. And because you don't live it, don't discredit it. Don't discredit what I'm going through because you can't understand.
Mm-hmm. Facts. And to that point, Cullen, let me just say, one of the things that I wanted to kind of touch on, and I'm going to take this back to the audience. Shout out to family that's coming in, the color of his skin. Hello. Hey, Courtney. Hey, Ivory. Nakima Yvette said, come on, 50. So one of the things that I wanted to touch on was some things that we ourselves as Black folks, African Americans who live in this country, deal with on a regular basis, is how throughout all of this, especially for those of us who get up and go to work every single day, have to continue to go on, even though we're being impacted by the footage, by the video, by the news, inundated with radio talk about it, and not from a positive perspective. So I think that one of the things I'm just going to say for me personally that has been very hard to do is to get up and I love what I do. I work in a really great place, but it's been very, very hard to get up and go to work and, smile and go, yes, hi, how are you? Good to see ya. Because still at the end of the day, the mortgage got to be paid, things have to be taken care of, and you still have to find this space where you are able to express yourself and come home and decompress. I do know that after the George Floyd incident, and when I saw the video of Jacob Blake being shot in the back as they held onto his t-shirt and shot him, and 2 other police were behind, holding guns to this guy, I thought, well, wait a minute, where the hell is, and then I hear later on he's got a knife, but it was under his floorboard. He told them, y'all, he told them he had a knife. He told them. So they were not, it wasn't that he was a threat. He was very honest with them that he did have a weapon and it wasn't on his person. If you watch the video, he had nothing in his hands. He was trying to get his children seated in the vehicle. So it's really unfortunate that we're having to see this. We get impacted and then we go to work. We have to, deal with, the obliviousness of some of the people that we work with. I don't care what color they are, and pretend that we're okay. And there have been times I literally remember watching the video of George Floyd in my car in the parking lot at work, and I broke out in tears, and I could not go to my office. I was so exhausted. I could not believe what I had just seen. And let's see, Joe Brazil, who guys, let me also say this. If you want to be a part of the conversation on video, I can absolutely invite you. Let me know. He says, how we deliver the message of Black Lives Matter is very important. What you guys are doing right now is very powerful because people can hear you and understand you because of how you are delivering the message. And that's very true. I think people have a misconception of what it means when we say Black Lives Matter. They also have a misconception of what they believe protesters are doing. Everybody's not marching, okay? No. Everybody's not. There are some folks that are behind the scenes that are doing some powerful things that you'll never know about. Could be me, could be DeCarlo, could be you, could be Joe, could be Cullen, could be anybody that is listening to the sounds of our voices. And we have learned, I know I have in this age, I have learned how to be as productive in my way than I ever have been when I was marching in college and getting arrested. Because I was off chain. Fight the power. Yeah. So I was that chick. Yeah.
So in other words, you was doing good trouble. Is what
there you go.
I was doing good trouble. Okay. I really was.
Shout out to John Lewis.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and like us, and just bagging off of both of y'all, and the thing that I'm seeing now is everybody's finally stepping up.
Yeah.
But why does it take so long? And I had a conversation with a lady at my job, and she was asking me about, certain questions. So I gave her an example. She was like, why are they protesting? Why are they acting so enraged right now? I said, okay, let's think about it. Back in the 40s, 50s, and the 60s, they were marching peacefully.
Yeah.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Singing songs, everything in their power to be peaceful. I said, Selma, Alabama happened. I said, the state troopers attacked them on a bridge. Bloodshed, dogs being sicked on sticks. Mm-hmm. You think of naming all this stuff. But guess what still happened? They still walked. Let's go further into the 70s, the 80s. There was a revolution that was about to happen. You had the Black Panthers sitting on top of the state capitol in California with guns in their hand, showing that they had the right to bear arms. But the government looked at them as a radical, not as a normal group of American citizens that's using their rights to show that we can bear arms too. We're going to protect our communities. They looked at them as a radical. Okay, fast forward to the 90s. The walks happened again, the peaceful protests. Rodney King happened. All of a sudden, the verdict didn't happen that we wanted. Once the verdict didn't happen, that's when the rage happened the first time.
Yes.
When the rage happened, LA lost its mind, and it affected all of us. Yeah. Then, some justice was served in some ways, but then you had the Million Man March. You had other marches that came along later on. Then all of a sudden, here we are again. 2015, Trayvon Martin was the spark.
Yeah.
We marched peaceful, but Michael Brown happened. Ferguson wasn't having it. Ferguson got tired. Sandra Bland happened. And we could go on, so on and so on. And then all of a sudden, we're at home. Pandemic happens. Everybody gets sent home. Everybody's sitting at the house. Everybody's starting to see, okay, we can come together if we do something simple and right. Not for social injustice, just for being human.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, on that morning in March, we had George Floyd. Yeah. And that changed everything.
It did.
So now the peacefulness started again. But then later on, but what really sparked everything was Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, then George Floyd. When George Floyd happened, that was it. We got tired. And that's all it is. We are tired.
Yeah.
And it's a generation pool. Our grandparents march, our parents march, we march, but these kids today are not marching anymore.
No.
They're tired. They want to see action. They want to see something change. And that's what's going on right now.
Yeah.
So when you look at the big picture, the protests are great. Do I believe in the violence? No. I don't believe in the violence, but what can you do when you're sick of seeing your people getting killed right before your eyes? And if I hear one more, excuse my language, excuse me if I offend anybody, but if I hear one more white person talk about the young child that got killed by the black man one more time, and they don't understand that we all wanted that dude arrested because he was a dumbass.
Yeah.
We wanted him arrested, and he got
arrested, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I hear one more person talk about where's the outrage in that, I am really going to go off in a way that they don't understand, because they don't understand what's going on.
No.
We all have outrage for something, but you ought to be upset at the fact that you're looking on your TV and you're seeing somebody get killed for no reason.
Right.
So let me stop before I get crazy. But go ahead.
No, that's okay. That's going to give us a segue into some of the conversation that's actually happening in our chat. So shout out to all of the people that are talking. I'm going to read your comments like we did back in the day on Cullen's Corner, Blog Talk Radio. All right. So Joe, thanks so much for that. And I think that you're correct. This is the starting point of more Cullen's Corner hot topics to come. We want to make sure that you guys are fully aware of that. And it's okay. Sorry so long. Hopefully you're going to join us on the next one. So Joe says he also has a video of them performing CPR on George Floyd in the back of the ambulance. Nakima says it's so heartbreaking because it makes you think how many are not filmed. Absolutely. But here's the thing, even to that, is that it's being filmed. It's being filmed. You can hear Trayvon Martin screaming for his life, but you see what's happened with that. Ivory Berry says, I love what the WNBA did with the t-shirts with the 7 mock bullet holes in the backs of their shirts. Nakima says, wait until I leave Walmart. I don't know what that means, girl. Courtney, cuz, what's up? That's the same way I feel. I have to put on my fake personal voice on every day because some of them make me want to go there because they really show their true colors nowadays. And when I voice my opinion, they don't like it because I stand behind what I believe. Amen, Joe says. So shout out to Enrique Jones. Great discussion. What gets me is this, Joe says. I had a man ask me, how would Dr. King feel if he was here to see all of this rioting and looting? I told him, well, you refer to Dr. King now, but they hated the Dr. King back then. And also, let me be clear.
And they killed him.
They ended up killing him, and that was after the garbage strike. But the one thing that people need to understand is his mindset was changing towards the end of his life, and he was becoming much more radical. A few of his videos have come out, and I have seen personally how he has expressed himself and how he feels about specific things. So here's one of the things that I wanted to make sure that we were clear on when we talked tonight, was that we can come on here, we can talk all day long. This is a great place for us to express how we feel and to make sure that we are communicating amongst each other. But here's something else I want us to walk away with, and I know that we've all discussed this behind the scenes, fellas, is let's take some action. Let's find somewhere in our communities to provide ourselves as resources, if that makes sense. So we have to make sure that we are constantly doing things. Like, I know that I donate to a Black women's organization, right? And that's on a regular basis. They just automatically just debit it because I absolutely believe that Black women are underrepresented. Breonna Taylor is a perfect example of that. Yes. And we have a lot of single mothers and other folks who are not being supported where they need to be, especially when it comes to abuse, mental, physical, emotional, sexual. So find the place where you need to be in supporting our people of color and people, right? Because I'm all for all lives, but in all lives, guess what? There are Black lives, right? And we have to be clear on that. And it's okay for us to express ourselves. It's okay for us to be clear on how we feel. And it's okay for us to also talk about what DeCarlo just talked about, which I think is super important, and that this has been going on for so long. I can remember stories of my dad talking about having to go to the back of the restaurant in Bearden, Arkansas, because they couldn't go through the front door, right? I remember those stories. I remember them talking about the year that they did segregated Bearden High School, because there used to be two, the Black school and the white school. And the Black school is still standing, right? It's still there. So, yeah. So I think that we have seen so much history. We have seen what's happened. We've seen what our parents have gone through. And I think we're in that segue where two things are happening. One, so many of our great leaders have gone on, John Lewis and Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and those folks. Then we had our music industry folks, including Arrested Development, including Public Enemy, including all of these other people who had a message, who had something to say. And then kaboom, here we are. And all we talking about right now in music, I'm going to go here and then I'm going to back up. We talking about WAP, we talking about this, we talking about that. And then the songs all sound the same. And we're not talking about what's going on anymore. So here we are with this group of young people who are looking for guidance. And where are we? Because guys, in our age range, we the old heads.
Yes,
Where
right.
we at?
Yeah.
Where we at?
But go ahead, Coach. I'll come.
Well, it's one of those things where I'm so proud of the young generation now. It's because they're taking the reins where the people in our generation are kind of just holding out and holding back, and not giving them any credit. I'm gonna give them credit because they're doing something. They're using their platforms, they're using their voices. You know, people are saying, before we go to the next topic, I just wanted to say, you know, with the protests and everything, when people are saying, well, why are they burning up the cities? Just so y'all know, it ain't all the people that are protesting. You know, they're insurgents. There are people that are coming in specifically to cause harm and to make it look like it's the protesters, the peaceful protesters. A perfect example is those guys that came up from Illinois to Kenosha. So just because you see it, just because they say on TV, you know, protesters shot, then they leave it like that, and then you just make you think, oh, they're just looting, they're just destroying their own communities. It's not all that you think it is until you actually listen and look with your own eyes on what's going on. So just you know, it's not all about that. But you know what? I had an uncle that told me once they start burning up the cities, that's their way of making you pay attention, because it's not theirs anyway. They don't care no more. And so that's their only way of making you pay attention. And then that's my segue into the NBA, because when we talk about the NBA and they're protesting and boycotting the games yesterday, that's their way of making you pay attention. They know they can't change policy. They know they can't change, you know, people's interpretation of what's going on, but they can change dollars. They can take dollars out your pocket. And they can make you think, you know what? I'm tired of playing basketball because I got family outside the club. I got people I'm worried about, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud of our Wisconsin, you know, teams for starting it. I'm proud of all those players around all sports, in the NBA, in NFL, baseball. They all follow suit yesterday. And it's all about making people pay attention, because in the long run, you know what? We're all human. And if y'all want us to shut up and dribble, that ain't about to happen.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? So I applaud these athletes, because people say athletes aren't supposed to do that, but they've always done it. They've always, you know, just because Michael Jordan didn't do it, he's doing it now. He's putting his money where his mouth is. Yeah. Just like Paulette said, everybody is not out there in the front lines doing whatever. There's a lot of big people in the back, in the back, shelling out money, helping out with the water. You know what I'm saying? You know, helping out with social media. There are certain ways that you can do to help the cause.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, with the NBA, what do you think about the NBA boycott, DeCarlo?
Well, here are two things. When I saw it yesterday, that was probably the happiest day of my life. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. For years, I've been saying, and I'm going to use the NFL as a prime example before I go back to the NBA. If the NFL woke up one day with 70% of the players being African-American and walked off the field, what a time to be alive. Do you know how much the NFL, which arguably is the number one sport in America,
right?
Globally is soccer, but in America, football is king. if you would have saw 70% of those African American males walk off that court, walk off the field one time, what time of their life, do you know that there would have been some changes that would have occurred at that very point? But what did they do? They treated Colin Kaepernick like Jesus and crucified him, and he lost his career, pretty much. Now let's fast forward to the NBA. You have the most who is, and Cullen, answer this question. Who is the most popular player in the NBA?
LeBron James.
When that man makes a move, everybody moves. But what happened was the Milwaukee Bucks stepped up to the plate and said, you know what? This happened 30 minutes from my home, from where we are. They said, okay, we're not playing.
That's right.
That started a domino effect.
It did.
And when that happened, the Major League Baseball stepped up, which I was real shocked about that. But the WNBA has been the forefront through this whole entire thing for the past few years.
Yeah.
So credit to every single one of them for finally realizing that the dollar makes sense. If we're entertaining y'all, we're shucking and jiving, we sitting up here dancing and dunking and stealing balls and catching balls and runs. But let's hit y'all in the pockets real quick and remind y'all who we are. So we're walking off this court. We're not going to entertain you today anymore until we start seeing some stuff happen. And that's exactly what happened. They showed them that, hey, we can walk off this court easily. Right. And corporate America's got to step up. So, and that's what's going on. So I am very, very proud of them finally saying, okay, let's take a stance. If nobody else wants to do it, we'll do it.
Right. And the great thing about them, I'm actually happy that they're coming back, because I think the way they have it in that bubble, they can speak more as a group and show more as a group right now than dispersing and going into their own communities, because you see them. They're on the forefront. They're using their platform to talk about this. And their people are paying attention.
And think about it on this level. What are we all watching right now as we speak? Yeah, baseball is on, soccer is on, but when the NBA steps up, the NBA is on TV and everybody's tuned in. If you look at social media impressions, the NBA has been the forefront every single night of every game. We was talking about games a few days ago, a couple of exciting games. Look at the forefront. Use your platform for the right reason. And that's what's happening now. If they'd have went off to the Spurs and said, okay, let's cancel the season, I think the message would have been heard, but for how long? But if you stay inside that bubble and use the platform now the right way, and you know how to use it, now people are going to pay attention.
Yeah.
And look what happened. I think one of the White House staff members is trying to get in contact with LeBron James. You have Joe Biden that's trying to get in contact with the teams. Milwaukee Bucks reach out to the Wisconsin legislation, as well as the governor, to try to see if we can get things going, to try to start the impact right there. That's where it has to draw the line, and that's where you have to have the impact. Now, let's look at it from a local standpoint. What can we do here? We can translate everything that's going on right now with sports and entertainment into our local communities too.
Right.
And that's where it has to start at. We got to put the fire on whoever the mayor is in our communities, whoever's the sheriff of the town, whoever's the city council. We got to do those same things that the NBA plays. There should be a complete model that's going on right now with everything that's going on. So what they did so far is great, but I give the real credit to the WNBA because they have been on it before everything has occurred. They have been in the front lines of every single thing. So you got to give the WNBA their true diligence too.
Definitely.
So I want to share, we've actually got somebody that wants to come on and communicate with us. So I've sent them a link so they can come on live video with us. So I'm waiting for them to join, and we're going to put them in a private room first. But I wanted to read to you a communication that I've received from one of the followers here, and they're watching on another platform. I'm sorry, I'm not doing the NBA players anymore. They're actually resuming the season. I can't believe it. What was the point? So they don't want real change. I'm trying to take some of the cussing out. They don't want real change. We don't have the stomach or the fight for it. So I give up. I believe that LeBron just wants his ring. I'm on some other stuff now. I'm only doing I'm only going with those who are truly ready. And to that point, this person says, we got armed militias teaming up with the police to shoot and kidnap people in the streets. And the most they can do is a one-day temper tantrum. Get out of here. Those are their exact words. And then they say they don't want it. So I'm going to toss this question out to our viewers and our listeners, and even to the Corner family, to the panel. What are your thoughts on that? So should it have been a longer protest? Because it wasn't even 24 hours and they were already negotiating and talking at the table. What kind of impact would it have been if they had waited a little bit longer?
Well, the impact is just like we were saying. The impact, first of all, when the Bucks did it, it wasn't like a collective effort. The Bucks did it, dominoes effect fell, and so now it's a 2-day. It's really a 2-day boycott. So, and like I was saying before, I think it's more impactful if they stay in the bubble and do it, because they're doing it as they have the spotlight is on them. If they end the season and disperse to their communities or whatever, and people will be up in arms because there's no more NBA season. How long is that going to take? A day or two, and then they're going on to the next thing. Football's about to start, and nobody gonna care. But now they're still having that light on them. You got a person that's the bench warden number 12 on the NBA team speaking. You would never hear that. You would never hear that in a regular season. It's just LeBron James, whoever stars are. But you got all these people that you don't even hear from getting the mic, the spotlight right now. I applaud them. I think that it's great that they're doing what they have to do. They know they can't change anything, but they know they have to do something. So I applaud them.
And I think they did do something. No, go ahead.
And like you, they did. Because see, they showed it was almost like a trigger warning. I walk off this court. How much money did the TNT, ESPN, and these other platforms you lose yesterday? In the they probably lost money. They lost money. They lost money.
And the advertisers, because this was wasn't this the playoffs or whatever? Yeah,
this is the playoffs. So this is triggered. This is a trigger warning shot to say, okay, we can walk off this court. Now, let's get something popping, because if not, we're going to walk off this court again, and then the NBA could lose billions.
Okay.
Y'all might have lost about pennies on the dollar, but you can lose billions right now. So let's show them how much our power is. Yes, and I hear people talking about, oh, but these are millionaires and things like that. But think about this. How many of us all of us probably is still in the 5 close, maybe we might touch 6 figures. Maybe. Imagine if we do that. We walk off our job today. We don't know their lifestyle. We don't know how much bills they got, or they take care of families, or anything like that. They probably stretching their money right now. We don't know. So I'm not going to count another man's pocket because he's a millionaire. We don't know what else he got going. That's his foundation. But imagine if we did that. Imagine if we go to our job and say, you know what, damn this, I'm walking off here until y'all start listening to us. Oh, they're just going to find somebody to replace us. But if you of value, and that's what we have to look at, are you of value? And these guys are of value because they are the foundation. So that's what's going on right now. They have to use their platform the right way, and they did it. So for the person that sent that comment, I can slowly disagree with you simply because you're looking at it from a revolutionary standpoint. What they did was a sacrifice, honestly, because if you think about it, if they had replacement players, they could have been like, okay, y'all go on, and we'll get somebody else to take your spot. But see, the NBA is different. They don't have replacement players.
No.
Okay.
Major League Baseball right now don't have a farm system, and the NFL can't scramble up that many people to come play for them. So the platform right now is perfect for them to step up to. So you got to really look at it from a real standpoint and say to yourself, is this the right place at the right time? Yes. This is the perfect place and the perfect time for this.
Okay. Very good. We have somebody in our virtual green room that is ready to come on and share their thoughts. Corner family, don't forget, if you want to be a part of the conversation, a couple things. If you're getting here clowning, we will delete you. Okay. I'm just gonna let you know. Okay. We do have some level of decorum up in the corner. Okay, in the brown stuff. Right. Okay. So we're bringing on Nakima Yvette. She wanted to have her say, so we're gonna bring her on. Hey, Nakima. How are you?
Hi. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. Y'all see, I can't get on camera without somebody. So
okay.
Get down. Hi. I really just had questions, and I wanted to hear from all three of you, because I know all three of you are raising young Black men. And Colin, I'm not sure if you are raising a young Black woman, but I know DeCarlo and Paulette are. How does it make you feel to have two different types of conversations? You have to have the conversation of being a young Black man driving in a car, a nice car, by yourself. You have to have that conversation. But has anyone had the conversation with their daughter of being a Black woman and not being treated as a lady because they're being, like, I don't want to say sexually profiled, but they are being sexually profiled. And they don't have anybody to stand up for them because no one is standing up for the Black woman right now. So a question of, how does that conversation go for you?
Well, before Paulette have a heart attack, I'm going to say real quick. I love my Black women, y'all the queens. We do have y'all back, and if whereas many people that say that you say they don't have the Black ones back, there's 10 more guys that have your back. So don't bleed high. We got you. We got you. Go ahead, Paulette.
Should I speak before Paulette go into a sermon? Because she finna go.
Y'all already know I'm animated.
Yeah.
Come on now. Yes.
I already know this sermon. Let me say mine real quick before she go to Joe and get her. But yes, I've had that conversation, and especially my daughter. And it's simply because I want her to understand what her power is, and the key to that conversation. And I had to learn how to talk to a woman because of my sister that's sitting right here on the phone right now. She and, others have taught me how to talk to a young girl because I do have a daughter. And the first thing I told her was, you have to be mindful of your surroundings in every situation. Whether if it's work, whether if it's driving down the street, or whether if it's just even with her having a male friend, you still have to have your own identity and be mindful of your own situation. So I tell her all the time, hey, you first, everybody else second. If you're not protected or you feel protected, you need to speak out on it and voice about it. If you feel like, even as a father, if I'm not doing my job, talk to me and let me know, so I know what I need to do better. And it's teaching me how to listen to. So yeah, the conversation has to be done, especially to our Black women, because yes, they don't feel any protection in any type of way from us sometimes. And I don't understand that today. I think it's a deeper clause than that, but it has to happen. And like I said, to any man that have a daughter, and I've learned from some other people too. I have a cousin that's a great father to his daughters. And I learned a lot from him just watching what he does and how he really teaches his daughters how to be, how a man should be treated and things like that. So, okay, I'm done because I know Paulette ready to go. I see them glasses fogging up. But that is something that I'm learning.
Wait. So shout out to all of the people that are currently listening to Colors Corner Hot Topics, the return of Voltron, or the Corner family. We currently have on the line, of course, me, your girl Paulette. Go ahead and like, comment, and share this with all of your friends. This is the first of many more to come. We have a lot of things that we're going to be covering in the future. And we have DeCarlo Collins, host of Ear Hustler Radio. What's up? What's up? We have Cullen's Corner, who is the host, of course, of Cullen's Corner Radio and the Corner family and the creator of such. Also, we are the owners of KCCR Radio, Connect with Cullen's Corner Radio, and Nikema Yvette, who has been supporting us since the beginning. Shout out to Katina Call. It is not the same energy, she says. Joe Brazil responded by saying, I have the black woman's back, but it's kind of hard when the WAP has made it so hard. I can't stand you, Joe. I just can't. So, okay, and Delight Ward says, yes, Cullen, Queen, the true kings have our back. So I wanted to make sure that we shared those with you guys and let you know that we see you and we are sharing your communication with us. I absolutely love this. So to Nikema's point, a couple of things that I can say from my own personal experience. The black woman, I know from my perspective, has not been protected, right? And I have to agree with Nikema on that. And it comes down to, even in the workplace, I experience it now today, being that I am one of the few black women in my position at work. Actually, I'm the only one, come to think of it, in my position at work. And I have to learn how to pull and tow, and also knowing that I work with all black men in this realm. It's a challenge because, first of all, I'm the oldest woman on the force. And I have to constantly remind them that my experience in corporate America speaks for itself. So I have to be very assertive. I have to be kind of almost pushy, even bitchy to a point, without losing my personal etiquette and what I learned growing up. Okay, so shout out to my parents and my foster parents for sending me to charm school and learning how to handle myself appropriately. But then also, to that point, my brown skin, my mocha beautiful brown skin. Yes, I said that my beautiful brown bean footage always gave me away. And so I always had to say or do or remove myself. And I have been, unfortunately, in situations where I have been assaulted physically, and I've had to learn how to put the guard up. And to my daughters, and I have 3 who are experiencing that right now. We have those conversations daily, especially with my baby girl. She's 17. Things are different. We're in the middle of COVID-19, and we are really having those conversations with her, because now, honey, they ain't even dating no more. They ain't even Netflixing and chilling no more. You know, they don't even have an eye level of what it is like to respect a woman. So we have to really come to the table and treat ourselves as such and carry ourselves. And so that also comes down to, you can be in any circle you want to be, but if somebody's trying to get to you in a negative way, they will find you. And so to that, Katina Cole says, I've worked in survivor work for 20 years. So shout out to you as a therapist, girl, because I don't know how you do it. It's not enough representation for my brothers. Facts. I'm going to say that. Okay, because, okay, come on, Nikema's, you there with me? Disproportionately, Black women survivors are carrying that load while they are healing. And to her point, she's absolutely correct, because even through assault, even through emotional abuse, even through physical abuse, so many of our mothers, our daughters, our sisters, our aunties, our cousins are constantly carrying the weight of families and children and paying the bills and doing everything. And then still having to get up and put our clothes on in the morning, put our face on and pretend that everything is all right, right? And it ain't, you know, and then people wonder why we walking around here snapping and looking crazy, because we still trying to figure out how to deal with yesterday's cut, you know, which is sometimes 20, 30 years old. And so thank goodness for those people like Katina, like Winnie, who are therapists, who take that time and work through and allow us to unzip and share so that we can go on with our lives and get the healing that we need. That is unfortunately, brothers don't. I'm just gonna be honest with you, they don't. So I teach my daughters to protect themselves. That's what I got. That's what I got. So does that help? That didn't help, did it?
No, it does help. In a way, it does help. It's it's heartbreaking that, you know, you have the support of your family, of course. Like I have the support of my brothers and my cousins, you know, they have my back, I feel, but they don't live with me and they don't walk with me on a day-to-day basis. So having the support of the community, it's hard, and it makes it even harder, you know, thinking about, okay, they're already having a hard time being a Black man in America. Now they have to protect you too. Right. So you try to, you know, make excuses for them, but then again,
excuses for who? Hold on, pause. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Excuses for who?
You know, you try to make excuses. Well, he's stressed out, or he.
Oh no, ma'am. You know, I ain't making no excuses. Oh, girl. No.
But you know, I'm just wondering.
No, I ain't making no excuses for man. I'm sorry. My dear just had to fall out. I had to go put it back. I wish I would. Yes, the clap. I wish I would. Okay? Make an excuse for a grown ass man. Okay, that is all.
You don't have to make excuse for a real man, sister.
Thank you. No, ma'am.
I was just speaking on the video of the woman. They were getting on the elevator, and the woman literally jumped in front of the man to protect him, so he wouldn't get shot. And they were getting robbed on the elevator, and the woman literally jumped in front of the man so he wouldn't get shot. And that's what protected him, that she jumped in front of him.
Wow. That's love right there.
So, no, that ain't love. That ain't love. Don't do that. That ain't love.
That ain't love.
But you know what? I will say this.
Let me read this real quick, because I think this is powerful, what Katina's saying down here. Sometimes the family caused the harm in the first place.
Damn.
If we can find time to nurture, they can find time.
That's deep.
Come on right now. That's the place. That's the place. Facts. Sorry, DeCarlo. Yes, honey. Yes. Yes. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, DeCarlo. Come on.
Well, I mean, y'all pretty much said what I was going to say, except that last part. On that. But all I was saying is, if you really look at it, Black women has been the forefront of Black men, no matter what, you know, through everything. The problem is some of us don't recognize it. That's what we gotta look at. Some of us really don't recognize sometimes that the Black women has been in the forefront of everything. And that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do better at. So, but you beat my comment that I was gonna put out. So I just I leave it alone from that point.
So y'all, we are at an hour, and here's the hard part. We are actually on a clock. We are really following. Nakima said it's time to eat. Okay, well, sweetie, you go head on. Speaking of eating, bye, Nakima. Thank you so much for joining us. And guys, just like Nakima, you too can be a part of the communication. Look at that, sibling love, just love. Look at that. Oh, so sweet. Bye, y'all. Okay, so we go hard for men even when they aren't acting like royalty all the time. Girl, they come to the table with no table. Ooh, no chairs. Okay. So anyway, so to that, guys, we are at the end of the show, but I always want to make sure that you guys have an opportunity to keep up with what we have going on. Thank you so much. That was actually, we don't even need to do a hot topic. That was the hot topic.
Exactly.
You want the truth? That was. Because that wasn't one of our topics, actually. We were going to talk about COVID-19. We ain't even got to do that now, because we already know. Wear your mask, wash your hands. Social distancing, okay? That's all you got to do. So,
and if you're sick, stay your tail at home.
Stay at home. Don't be out here in these streets, you know. So here's what we're going to do. Real quick, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to take off our little ticker. First of all, thanks so much, guys, for joining us this evening. Thanks so much for joining the return of Cullen's Corner Radio. Connect with Cullen's Corner, KCCR, Cullen's Corner, the Brownstone, or as Mr. Funky would say, the Brownstone. So anyway, Y'all, it's been real. I have really enjoyed having an opportunity to come on and talk with you guys after so long. No, Katina, girl, it's the first of many. Joe, Katina, and then Black Folks on Time. What is this sorcery that y'all see?
And they don't show up on time. Black people do not show up on time.
Oh my
The
God.
party started at 8. Y'all want to come here at 8:59.
Right.
Oh my God. So here we are. We are at the end of the show, but one thing that we wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of is that we have been working behind the scenes. KCCR radio is actually up and running. It's been running for about 4 months.
Yes.
The app is getting ready to go live. But guess what we're going to do? Cullen and I actually celebrate our birthday 7 days apart in October. So we are going to release the new KCCR radio app. I can't with Katina. I can't. She was doing the Lord's work. Yeah, and we go over 15 minutes. Joe, I'm gonna say this, and I know most of us got to get up and go to work in the morning. But listen, some of us do this. We get on the porch. All right, okay, all right. Well, girl, you know, sister, so and so, and then it'll be 10 more minutes. So
right.
we're not gonna try to do that. We're already 4 minutes over, and that's okay. So we're gonna talk about what's happening. First of all, you all know that the first show that has returned so far has been the Sunday Brunch. Sunday Brunch been around since Magic 104.5 in Camden, Arkansas. Came on Sundays on terrestrial radio. It has now moved. You can check out the Sunday Brunch at It's the Sunday Brunch on Facebook. You can also follow it on the Brownstone Center. I do shows. I do Quickie in the Kitchen. We share recipes and we share brunches with you. So if you go over and like that, we're also running a contest. You can go over there and learn how you can win free stuff. Tracy Watford actually won a canister set last week from the Sunday Brunch, which was really cool. And you can listen to replays of that show. Upcoming next, of course, is Cullen's Corner Radio. This is the first one. You'll be able to listen to the replay on the Brownstone Center on Facebook and Twitter. You'll be able to see this replay as many times as you want to. You can like, comment, and share as much as you want. If you're watching the replay, let us know you're watching the replay by hitting replay in the comments. And then up next, of course, is DeCarlo with Ear Hustling Radio.
Yes.
So he'll be joining the fold. And of course, Joe Brazil with his busy self, if he will have us. The Joe Show. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. And then, of course, Happy Hour with Lamont Belton will be returning as well. And
for lovers only.
For lovers only on Fridays is returning. And guess who else has a show coming? KJ in the Hall.
KJ in the Hall.
KJ in the Hall.
Been waiting on that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's coming. So he's excited. It's an hour show with music that his age listens to. I don't know what is, but okay. There we go. So that's what we've got coming down the pipe, you guys. That's a lot.
It is.
Yes, it is.
That's a lot.
Yes,
we got it.
So as we always do, final thoughts, comments from the panel, gentlemen.
I just want to say, I love you guys. I love being back. It's been time, and what a good time to have a conversation in now.
Yes.
So let's do it.
Absolutely. DeCarlo?
Thank you. And, it's great to see the team again. It's been a long time. We've been arguing about this forever, but it's good to see you together. God bless the family of Clay Johnson. Personally, he's in us. He's within us. And, we're going to keep that beam of life going. And to everybody else, continue just to be an inspiration in the community. Do something positive. And we'll see you soon.
All right. Ooh, we made it, y'all. Ooh, we're over. We late. We on the porch, Joe. We finna go. Okay. Don't forget, go ahead and like, comment, and share. And guess what? We will see you on the next edition of Cullen's Corner Hot Topics. And don't forget, no matter where you go, There we are. Peace.